Previously on Coach Greg.
That's right, gonna be guest posing at the Atlantic Championships. Obviously, the leaner you are, the better, and so I'm gonna go hard for over an hour in a race, and we're not just toying around here, we're going harder than last time. The goal of the race is to win, to be the fastest person to cross the line, and so we're going all out. So I'm just getting my shoes put on here. I'm about to start the race. Race starts in 5 minutes. Do a little bit of a warm up. It's a long race, so there's no reason to like warm up too far. You kind of get warm during the ride. And so I'm racing in the A division today, which is the hardest division, just for an extra challenge. Sometimes I don't want a chance to win. There's zero chance to win, but I'm just riding to have a fun ride. Go as hard as I can. I'm obviously gonna try to win, I just don't have a chance to win. If you're doing a lot of cardio, you burn more calories, you can eat more. My diet, for most people, you're gonna get fat if you eat as much as I do. But for me, where I have a fast metabolism, a lot of muscle, do a lot of cardio, I'm able to eat 3,500 calories a day on average and still stay under 10% body fat. This is my guy. We're warming up at the starting line. You see there's 21 riders on the line, and as the race gets closer, more and more people will race, and then we ride together until the end of this race. My heart rate's 120. Just a very easy warm up, preparing for the race that's about to start. Goal is just to keep up for as long as possible. If I'm there at the end, to sprint for it. Heart rate already 150 beats a minute. It doesn't take long to get hard. Just got to a downhill section. You can coast. So much for that. Uphill again. Gotta go harder. And that's my place. You can see how much power I'm putting on. So I can average about 300. If you're in the front, you're doing all the work. So you don't want to be right in the front. You want to be drafting. I'm a bit too far up front here. Wasting power. We're down to 29 riders. 2/3 of the way. This guy, heart rate 167, 160 is hard for me. Editor Steve, right in there with me. Final lap, 156 heart rate. So I'm recovering a little bit now. You can see my breathing's getting a little bit better. I could keep this pace up for 2 or 3 hours in the 150s. 160 is a different story. Bad position. Crap. Sprint's coming up. I'm exhausted though. Heart rate 170s. Hard to sprint. Ah. 5 minutes has passed. There's now blood going to my oxygen. That's what every race typically looks like. During the race, some parts are hard every time I go up a hill, and some parts are easy every time I go downhill. In a bike race, it's interval training. You have periods where it's easy, periods when it's hard. Going back and forth, with the last effort being all out. Every second, in fact, every millisecond counts. So in this race overall, I literally placed 10th place out of 26 who were in the A riders. Those are the elite riders. There was 124 overall. So I beat all the slower group riders. B would be the second fastest category, 0.1 of a second. And editor Steve, 0.1 seconds ahead of me. He's literally the guy in front of me. Think of this, we've been training for 4 years. We're literally that close to each other. If I had gone 1 second faster, 4th place. And so you're wondering why we use supplements. When you get to the end, you're gonna use your anaerobic lactic energy system. It produces a lot of power for, roughly a minute. That's what I'm very good at. And so if I can keep up with these guys in the race, I have a good chance of placing well in the sprint. If it's a long race, 2 hours, steady pace, I can't keep up. That's using your aerobic energy system. And you see guys sprinting 100-meter dash, that's your anaerobic
alactic energy system without oxygen. When you take beta alanine, which is in my pre-workout, it buffers lactic acid. That burn I was getting, excruciating. I'm going all out. If I had less lactic acid being produced and excreted, I could go harder for longer. The difference between me getting 10th and top 3, literally a second, that can be done with beta alanine. That alone can make that much of a difference. And so if you don't think it makes a difference, every millisecond counts. If you're just the average rider, person going to the gym, perhaps you don't care. But for me, 1 second is the difference between keeping up and getting dropped, between being on the podium and not. So that's why I use my beta alanine, which is my pre-workout. Of course, you got your creatine monohydrate, helps you to build muscle stronger, gives you more power, bigger leg muscles, you can produce more watts, go faster on the bike. Heavier you are, slows you down. So for me, uphill, horrible. Downhill,
Coach Greg.
I also been using my own GO2 Max, which is soon to come out. This stuff is absolutely amazing. It reminds me of GW501516 Cartering, which I used to take. Probably half the people who bodybuild take this. It's actually a banned PD, so I don't take anything banned anymore. These are all legal. This is in fact backed by peer-reviewed studies. So this stuff works. Wait till you get your hands on this. It improves your cardio, immediately you're faster. You can go harder for longer. It allows you to burn more calories and more fat. You get leaner. And so the benefits of doing all this cardio is you become a better butter burner. That means you can burn more calories in the same length of time. You saw how fast I was going for how long. If I would have done this 4 years ago, it might have been at half the speed, 2/3 the speed. So I'm burning close to double the calories in the same amount of time. So when I go for a 1 hour ride, which I've gone further than an hour right now, I'm burning more calories than the average person who would ride for 2 or 3 hours. And so you're thinking, well, I do an hour of cardio. How come I don't get to eat so much? What are you doing in that hour? Walking slowly? What are you doing? Are you walking like Grandma Josephine pace? Versus a high performance athlete who can exercise hard. Perhaps they're running, they're going hard on the bike, they're doing stepper at a fast pace, not just leaning over. They're burning double, triple the calories that you are. Not to mention, you go to the gym, you build muscle. Those muscles are metabolically active. Every pound of muscle is gonna burn 8 more calories at rest, coupled with the fact that bigger muscles are actually lifting more weights. All day, your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, that goes up. And so the amount of calories you're burning in a day, the more muscle you have, it goes up dramatically. Usually 20 calories per pound added. And so if you want to look muscular, lean, athletic, all at the same time while carrying low body fat levels, you should be doing cardio and you should be doing weights. And as my gift to you for becoming part of my newsletter subscriber list, we're just approaching 200,000 newsletter subscribers. Click the link in the description. Join the newsletter list. I'm gonna give you, it's close to a 20-page training program designed for people who don't have every single day to go and train in the gym. I lift weights 3 days a week. This is for people who have time to go to the gym and lift weights 2 to 3 days a week. It's all it takes. Build muscle, get leaner, be in shape. You owe it to yourself to do this. It's free. I'm not charging you anything. And on top of that, if you have the time, the more cardio you do, more calories you're gonna burn, the more it's gonna be easy to stay lean.
And so here are the results of the race. And so you can switch through, and this says this ride in orange, and this is the best you've ever done in any race in your life. And so as you scroll through, you can see eventually after the 11 minutes, see this best, this ride, 345. That means that is the best performance I've ever done in my life during this ride. So you can 350 watts, approaching 12 minutes here. And so these are PRs that are set during this race, 350 watts, 349. So this section here, that is the fastest I've ever gone in my life for that length of time. And so I've literally never done these kind of watts in my life. This is the most power, in other words, the fittest I've ever been in my life as a human being, the fastest I've ever been, the most power, the most aerobic endurance, aerobic power, the most cardio, the best cardio I've ever done. And I'm 46 years old, and I'm telling you the supplements I'm taking. I haven't added in anything illegal. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you it works. And yeah, it's anecdotal, but there is research to support GO2 Max. I'm burning more calories. The more watts that you're doing, the more calories you're burning, the more fat you're burning. This here, it's kind of cute. It says how many pizzas you burn. So during that race, I burned 1,024 calories, which is equivalent to 3.6 slices of pizza. And so all that work, all that power, I could destroy it by having 3.6 slices of pizza. It's as simple as that. It took that much work to do that. And for most people, that would be 2 to 3 hours of riding a bike, pretty hard pace. 3.6 slices of pizza. I could eat that in 5 minutes. So you can, in fact, burn off a lot of calories during cardio, but you can completely destroy all that work you've done with a poor diet. Another advantage I noticed to going really hard during my cardio sessions, and no, you don't need to go that hard. This is HIIT cardio that you're doing at the end. You don't have to go that hard to improve your performance. This is for higher performance athletes really trying to maximize performance. I have a crushed appetite. After I do a hard race like this, I don't want to eat for hours. It's literally easy. You put pizza, the 3.6 slices in front of me right now, I wouldn't want to eat it. If I didn't do the cardio, I'd be hungry. And so hard cardio for me, and right, that's me, it reduces my appetite and makes it easier for me to stick to a low calorie diet. So on top of burning calories, it's making me less hungry, making it easier to stick to my diet. And so for the most part, I don't even need to eat the high volume, the low calorie, amazing foods that are in the cookbook. I don't need to eat them as often. If I were dieting for a bodybuilding competition and going very easy on the cardio, it wouldn't decrease my appetite as much. And so I would be eating salads every day. I would be eating massive protein ice creams. You know the protein ice cream, you put it over your head. I'd be eating that every day. But because of the cardio, the fact that I'm burning so many calories, I don't have to eat like that. 3,500 calories a day. You're seeing what I eat. I'm not BSing you. This is what I eat on a typical day. And yeah, I rotate about 20 to 30 different foods on any given day, but this is my diet. This is what works for me. If you don't have the money, you can obviously watch my videos. If you want to go and buy my cookbook, the Circle Diet Book, these things teach you how to get lean, stay lean for the rest of your life. With lower calorie, delicious recipes, high volume, high in protein, it's a no-brainer. Replace even one of your meals that you're used to eating. Perhaps it's pizza, perhaps it's lasagna, wraps, hamburgers, ice cream, you name it. Replace it with something healthier, lower in calories. You are going to lose weight. It comes down to calories in, calories out. Trust me, you can do it. I know you can. And until next time, I am out. Lips are parts, I can't do it.